Yo, big up everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to the 118th episode of the American Idiot Show, featuring our returning champion, Taryn from BBK Sports, everybody. Taryn, how you doing, my guy?
The chief.
You're far too kind, man. I am good, man. Big up to you. Big up to Dow. I'm good, man. I'm not too bad. I think I'm doing a little bit better, just a little bit better than our captain these days. But no, we'll speak on that.
We
I'm all right.
will. Yeah, we're gonna have to speak about that. We're gonna have to speak about that. Dal, how you doing, my guy?
Doing actually pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, just kind of hanging out today. A little bit of work, a little bit of not working. Getting ready for a little basketball tomorrow. Went to a varsity high school game last night, and we got absolutely pummeled. But we're still top 10 in the state, so that's kind of fun. But other than that, yeah, man, living the dream. Good to see you. Good to see you, Taryn, again. Glad to have you back on the show. I know it's been a while, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Hey, guys, if you are watching this on playback, make sure you smash the likes and comment along on the video. If you are in the chat, play along with us. We're going to be asking plenty of questions and coming out of the Champions League with some interesting talking points. So come on in, smash the like, smash a sub if you're new. We are on the road to 2K, and we are going to get there by hell or high water. But let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, what's your feelings coming out of the Champions League? Obviously, 8 out of 8. Barely beating some Kazakhstani Chipotle workers and painters and electricians. But seeing some bright spots, I would say. Obviously, Kai Havertz coming into the midfield and showing that Arsenal midfielders can, in fact, make vertical passes. This is something that I was not aware of. If I were to view the matches before that in the year of our Lord 2026, midfielders never pass forward. I didn't think that was a thing you could do in the sport, but you could turns out you can pass forward into your striker, who's supposed to be the most prolific striker in the world, and score goals. Kai Havertz, man, what did you guys think of the performance in the first half? Because we can talk about the performance in the first half, and then we made subs, and you can see a stark difference. So let's just start there.
Go on, Taryn, son.
Big up Mama Flossie as well. Big up Mama Flossie.
Big up Mama Flossie, the first lady of the bigger. No,
graced by the first lady here.
Yeah, going into this game, I said to in my channel, the next meaningful game we will play is March 10th or 11th in the Champions League, because I had completely overlooked this one for obvious reasons, right? But Arsenal, as they would have it, would always give you something to talk about, and it seems like it was a game of two halves, and it's not a coincidence, you know. The thing is, right, what I can appreciate from Kai is that he showed for the ball in that space. He literally ran showed for the ball, knew exactly what he wanted to do before he got it, turned and passed it. Odegaard in that same spot, he's going to do that if he shows. He's going to touch. He's going to hold the ball so long that those 4 defenders that was chasing that was chasing Gyökeres would have caught up or shut off the pass. It's a different level of criticism when an unfit Kai Havertz, we know he's not fit. An unfit Kai Havertz can show up in that space and outperform Odegaard. Now, I'm not taking anything too much from this performance, because we've seen us do this to Club Brugge and barely got by Wolves the following weekend. We've seen us San Siro rotate 5 guys and drop a stinker versus Man United. You know, so we have the capacity to show well in Europe, regardless of who the opponent is. And at the weekend in the Premier League, we look like a completely different team. But my biggest takeaway from the Champions League thing is that no one came off with a red cross next to their name. Everyone, we escaped with injury free, and right now it's looking like Atalanta, Dortmund, Leverkusen, or I think it's Olympiacos that we can possibly get. That's what I'm taking away from the performance. No one got injured, and Kai actually showed that if you do pass the ball to Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, as a player who appreciates the weight of pass running through on goal, pass Gyökeres the ball the way he would want to receive it. Scoring. You know, but yeah, mints here and there. Those are the major takeaways that a game of two halves. Even Gyökeres said it in an interview. I think he didn't say it verbatim, but paraphrased and said we were a completely different team in the second half, to the point where only thing we did in the second half was concede.
Yeah,
There.
exactly. No, I'm of the opinion here that look, the proof is in the pudding from the last 2 or 3 games, as my guy Tony Claude would say. The proof is in the pudding. You see how dynamic we are when Martin Odegaard is not consistently slowing the game down and consistently trying to be methodical and be responsible on the ball, taking a few risks with a few through passes. He used to be able to do that, but now I just think he's lacking the confidence. And it seems like the way that this team is moving and developing is kind of passing by the way that he plays midfield. Like they were all making fun of him. Like who somebody in the American Waffle group chat passed me a like an icon saying that Odegaard is the first defensive center attacking mid in the history of football. Like this guy is so risk averse that he might as well be a defenseman, which I totally get it. You watch the way that this guy plays, and it's just so uninspiring. I remember, and you remember the Odegaard from 2 years ago, who was the Ballon d'Or nominee. Finished, I think, 15th or 16th. Like he was balling out, but this guy cannot fucking make a forward pass to save his life. And I think it's just because he's too afraid of giving the ball up because of how bad we are in transitions. Dal, what do you think? What did you think of the first half and then the transition to the second? Because honestly, man, tale of two halves. Without saying,
Yeah,
go ahead.
100%. No, 100%. Definitely a tale of two halves. I was really excited for the first half, even though it was Calamint, or however you say their name, Calamity, something like that. Yeah, I don't know what their name is, but we'll just say the team from Kazakhstan, Calamit.
Starbucks FC from
Starbucks FC. Thank you. I was going to say Subway FC. But anyway,
somebody called them Borat FC. I thought that was a fucking.
I like that. We'll go with that. Very nice. No, but you can only play who's in front of you, number one, right? I mean, they're, again, this sounds crazy, but they're there for a reason. You know, I mean, I know obviously the expansion of the CL, etc., but you can only play who's in front of you, number one. Number two, it's crazy to say that Kai Havertz looks like a revelation at right mid. Right? I mean, he was absolutely fantastic in that first half. Look at the goal he scored from open play. It didn't come off his elbow, it didn't come off his shin, it didn't come off his kneecap. He actually dribbled through the defense and pounded one top bins, with his left foot. And that to me alone shows that he's got more than what it takes than Odegaard. If you both kind of say they're crap, right, which we've said over the last couple of years, it's like which turd is better? If you really look at it, right? Like which player's really better overall? That's Kai Havertz. And it's like a dagger in the heart to even say that this guy's even rateable, right? Yeah. From his history at Chelsea to his lackluster performances, except for January and February of 2024. Other than that, it's been, not the best signing for 65 mil. However, he's just shown to us, the fan base, to Arteta, and to Odegaard in particular, how it's done. And I know it was, and I know it's Borat FC, but if he can at least have that sort of confidence to go forward with the ball, play the ball in the right positions, be in the right positions on the pitch to receive the ball, distribute the ball, whatever, then that's better than what we've got. Mm-hmm. It's better than what we've got. The whole tone in the second half changed when that bum got on. And it's 4 or 5 touches to Kai Havertz 1 or 2. The flowiness of the football was like far better than what we saw in the second half. And I think Arteta had them all put on the handbrake, but he put the handbrake out on the pitch. He didn't just have to coach the handbrake. He actually installed a handbrake in the truck for us to really pull and slow down. I mean, it's obvious even to neutrals who don't follow Arsenal or say like world football, so to speak, but to put that game on and have a turkey sandwich at lunchtime here in the West Coast because it was noon here, and have a little bit of Sprite, you know, and maybe I'm going to watch some high-level soccer, you know, on my lunch break, and then watch that whole game. A neutral would notice the difference between the two halves. They would know the speed and the accuracy of which we attacked, even though I still think we should have beat them 5-1 if we were more clinical, which I'd like to dive into if we got time.
Talk about that.
But the thing is that the opportunities were there. Kai Havertz moved the ball with some sort of motivation and ambition. He wasn't scared to take risks, and he actually could find a striker.
Yeah.
Those are all things Odegaard will not do. And Arteta saw it plain as day on Wednesday. Plain as day, bro. And when they go back and look at the tape, he's going to see it again. And they're going to look at the tape before Leeds again. Because we play on Sunday. So they're going to look at some things on Saturday.
I thought we played on Saturday. Right? We played on Saturday.
Play on Saturday?
Yes.
Play tomorrow?
Yep.
Yes,
tomorrow.
They're looking at tape. They looked at tape today.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know what else this club has to do overall to find this guy a new home. Because first of all, I think wages are going to be an issue. I don't know how much he's on. What, 200 a week, 220, 240 a week, right? I've always said the landing spot for him is Dortmund, and I think I read recently that he's linked to Bayern Munich.
240.
Fair enough.
Jesus, 240.
Go to Germany, bro. Go to Germany. Just we need speed, aggressiveness, and ruthlessness, and risk taking is what we need. That's what I believe has been holding us back the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, it's evident, you know, or Tony Claude would say, proof is in the pudding. Second 3 years in a row. It's no coincidence that Odegaard is a major factor in that, in my opinion.
You don't have the answers, TJ.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
You don't have the answers, TJ.
Yeah, I don't.
Drop the hammer today.
I don't.
The Goonie Gavel's in full effect.
You know that clip is like 2 years old now, bro. I can't believe this.
You do now have the answers now. Maybe you don't.
Yeah, I don't have the answers still, to be honest.
I don't think anyone does. The other person that doesn't have the answers the most is freaking Martin Odegaard. If anyone doesn't have the answers, it's that Norwegian fraud. But I digress a little bit. Overall, it was a game of two halves. We should have pummeled them 5-1, and we all thought that was coming when it was 3-1. Calafiori with the stinker. I mean, the guy was kind of falling down for the shit ball. I mean, it's just the lack of concentration wasn't there. But I'm not going to bash Calafiori. You know, he just comes back from injury and plays a center back, which he hasn't really played for Arsenal that much anyway. So, yeah. Where do we go from here?
I want to talk about Victor Gyökeres, if that's okay. I was told by this fan base that if he got service, he was going to score goals and be consistent in scoring goals. He should have scored 5 goals, in my opinion, on Wednesday. He had 5 big chances. Yep. Well, no, actually, yeah, he had 5 big chances and he missed 4 of them. I'm of the opinion that this guy, I'm sorry, still isn't good enough, and I think the fact that we are. I think the fact that we are playing against the champions of Kazakhstan. Don't get me wrong; they are the Real Madrid of Kazakhstan, so you got to rate them. But what you have to realize also is that this guy's now going to get exposed if we do put in somebody like Kai Havertz, who's willing to take the chance, like Terrence said, who's willing to play those balls through, play on the line. Play the ball like to his credit, he had very good runs in, but his finishing was absolutely fucking awful. And we need to be I don't think it's being discussed enough. Like, this is the Champions League, right? Now we're going into Leeds again. And if he scores against Leeds again, everybody's gonna blow him up. And the first thing that everybody's gonna say is TJ Will, he's leading the league, or no, he's leading the team in goals. I don't care. I'm going to be so real with you. I do not care. The guy has had so many chances. He should have 20 goals in all competitions at this point with the amount of chances that he has. So I'm still of the opinion, and I don't think he's going to survive in this league. I think he has 1 more year left. But I want to be wrong. Am I being too harsh?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Yeah, I think you're being it. So
give me some positive
reinforcement
here.
This other negative guy who's people tell me that I'm not enjoying the journey. I'm fully enjoying the journey. I just don't do it.
I've been journeying for way too long. Sorry, keep going.
No. So here's the thing. Yesterday, I go to the pub to watch the game, and they asked me when I sat down, which TV do I want, the Arsenal one? I'm like, I'm not bothered. I don't care. This game is like, that's how much that's how confident. I'm here for your tears. You're here to watch this game, right? And so I didn't watch the game holistically like most people, because it was a throwaway game, so to speak. So I don't know if he got 5 clear-cut chances. I don't know. I don't know if that's a little stretch there.
Four big chances missed.
Now there was one where I think he was Martinelli or Skelly put it right in front of the goal, and he just needed a touch, and he touched it, and it kind of went up and over the goal. That was a bad miss. But the first goal, the one that he actually scored, is kind of like, if you were going to build a compilation on Victor Gyökeres, that's kind of what it would look like. Him running through on goal with a whole bunch of defenders chasing him. And we do need that in the squad, because Jesus doesn't stretch the defense like that. He wants to do the link-up thing. Marino can't outrun anyone. And Kai Havertz prefers the link-up thing as well. So that's his profile. That's what he is good at. I've always said, once I start seeing Gyökeres miss an abundance of chances, clear-cut chances, that's when I'll start to throw him in the bin. I haven't seen that yet. Part of why I say I haven't seen that yet is because the number 10 player has been stink. Odegaard has 3 assists. He has started 17 Premier League games as the attacking midfielder for Arsenal, and he has 3 assists. So he hasn't been creating a whole bunch. We went to Anfield with Gyökeres leading the line, with Marino, Zubimendi, and Rice behind him. I didn't expect anything from him that game. At the Emirates versus Man City, the same thing. Away at Villa Park, he takes off Eze at halftime, then brings on Gyökeres, the guy that should get the ball to Gyökeres. He takes him up with the brings on Gyökeres. There have been a host of managerial fuck-ups leading up to why I think Gyökeres isn't firing. And not here to defend Gyökeres, but I'll also say the bigger conversation that we can have as a whole is, why is it that no attacker, not just Gyökeres, but every single attacking player that comes to Arsenal runs into a brick wall? So Gyökeres may be bad, but why is it that the Mikel Arteta's attack, no one thrives in it? Because he inherited a golden boot winger in Aubameyang, 22 goals. Next year, his goals were cut in half. Then he leaves and goes to Barcelona, plays 23 games and scores 13 goals.
Wow.
Then we see Jesus comes, hit a brick wall. We see Saka kind of flatline, hasn't scored in so long. Gabriel Martinelli, how many Premier League goals does he have this season? You know, the entire attack stinks. So even though the conversation around Gyökeres is fair, because he hasn't made it very easy for us to defend him, but I have to look at every single attacker that I know. Trossard was scoring hat-tricks at Liverpool in the Brighton system. Then it can't systemically, when every attacker underperforms, it tells me that there's something fundamentally wrong on how we set up. So
it's the risk aversion, in my opinion. Like, do you subscribe to the fact that we're just, I just think we're so obsessed with possession, and we do not trust the other. We are so uncomfortable off the ball that we do everything in our power not to do it. And if there's even a slight chance, we take a risk and it turns over and we have to go back into the transition, where I just don't think you trust these players. I've subscribed to that. And look, I haven't been the biggest critic of Mikel Arteta until very, very recently this season, because up until very recently, we had only lost 1 or 2 games in all competitions, right? So, but the way that he is playing is now starting to cost us points, because we're getting into the dog days of the season, you know, the rainy winter months, and this type of sit back and wait and see football is not going to work, especially against these clubs who are fighting for their lives in Leeds United. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be very honest with you. A game like tomorrow scares me a little bit, just because of how risk averse we are in the league. Like if we don't attack Leeds and we aren't comfortable with dealing with them on the counter, it's going to be another 1-1. So I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but do you blame Mikel Arteta or the players? Because I think there's a percentage conversation to be had here. I don't think the players have been good enough so far in January, and I don't think Arteta has been good enough in adjusting his system to the strengths of the players, if that makes sense.
I put down the fact that we're not 11, 12 points clear of Man City squarely down to Arteta.
Okay.
So we're 4 points clear now. Like we just dropped points at the weekend. Okay. The first points that we dropped is when we went to Anfield with the 3 fridges in midfield and played for a draw. Those 3 points dropped. I put that down to him. The next 2 points that we dropped, that takes us to 5 points. Man City at home, there for the taking. He does the same thing again, starts the same midfield, has Eze on the bench. Eze has to come on and save us a point. That ball that Eze hit over the top for Martinelli's goal, Odegaard doesn't even attempt that pass. Doesn't. Because if he overhits it, that goes straight into Donnarumma's hands. If he underhits it, Nathan Ake steps and cut it out. This tactical setup in that game cost us 2 points. Sunderland away. Again, he takes off Eze, brings on Mosquera. We still concede in the 90 plus second minute. That's 7 points already he cost us. Villa Park, he's trying to get out of there with a draw. We end up conceding. We handle our business in those games. We're clear now, and most of us could even be like, you know what? I don't even think this version of Man City can make up 7-8 points. Mm-hmm. But when you drop stinkers at home, play 180 minutes versus that version of Liverpool, and Forest, and not score a goal, it's alarming to me. You can't be 17th in open play goals and win this Premier League. We are on track to have on our own par or less than Leicester the year they won the league. We're underperforming massively, and we're still 4 points clear. That tells me that the league isn't up to par, but it also tells me that there's the 17th open play goals concerns me dearly. Because, like you said, TJ, playing Leeds in January is not the same as playing Leeds back in September. So tomorrow, what you're not going to see a team that's first looking like a team that's playing 16th. It's going to be much, much closer than that. Normally, a team that's in title winning form.
Leeds have lost 2 games at Ellen Road all season.
Yeah, so it's gonna look a hell of a lot closer, and I do think if they score first, we have big problems. Even though when we do concede, it looks like all of a sudden we know how to get up the pitch. All of a sudden, whenever we concede, even against Wolves, own goal, all of a sudden 2 seconds later we're up the pitch to put pressure on them for the own goal. You know, so yeah, I put most of it down to him. 90% down to the man.
Facts. Big up, Connor, man. Thanks for joining us, my guy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Hope you guys are well. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Two Fridays in a row we got Connor. The OGs are together again. It's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. I can't believe it. What is it? 2023 again? It's crazy.
Something special. So, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Dare I say, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I can't predict tomorrow. You know, honestly, I can't.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Even after the game on Wednesday. I mean, Wednesday. But then again, that was just like that's. I don't think it's got anything to do with the Leeds game, personally.
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask you, like, and we were kind of summarizing this, so I'll pose the question to you one more time. What are we thinking about how this translates? Big up Jez in the chat as well. How do you think the form translates? Well, okay, let me ask you. What did you like about Kairat? I'm assuming that you watched the game.
Yeah.
What did you not like, and how does this translate into Leeds and how Mikel or the team should approach the league moving forward? Because I have some ideas, let me tell you.
I think the biggest one for me, and if you guys haven't pointed out already, probably have, the change of Havertz from Odegaard. Like, you just saw the difference. That ball he played to him, and I know the touch was poor from him, Gyökeres, before the jokes are made. I know the touch was poor, but the goal still went in the back of the net, and that's why I striker right there. The pass from
shameless.
The pass from Havertz, right? I've been waiting for Odegaard to do that for about 5 months now.
Yep.
Seriously. And you saw the change in tempo when he came on in that second half. You saw it. You saw the difference, how he slows up play. And it is a shame because I'm not going to sit here and just say he's shit because it's not the case. There's a good footballer in there on his day. But it's true, he slows the play up. And I hope Havertz is fine. I hope there's nothing going on. And I want him to start on tomorrow. I want him to start. That was just the turning point for me. And also his goal was phenomenal. What a goal. And I respect Gyökeres for leaving the ball as well, because you could see that he wanted it as well. But he was like, no, you've got this. I trust you. As my teammate, I trust you. And I think they've got a good bond, those two, as well, behind the scenes. So, I mean, you even saw Gyökeres come out in the interview saying the second half was slower. we weren't getting much balls forward. He knows, bro. He knows. And I'm sorry. And if Odegaard does get benched tomorrow, serious conversations need to be had about captaincy. You can't be benching your striker your captain, like this. You can't. Tony Adams and Vieira won't get him benched like this. The leader out there for me, and his fourth choice, by the way, is Declan Rice. If you want to give it to Gabriel, I'll say fair enough. But the fact that we've got Odegaard, then Saka, I love Saka. That's my guy. But leader,
he's not a captain.
Not a leader in my eyes. Unless I'm not seeing something that we're not seeing. Unless we're not seeing something that he does in the dressing room. But leader, no, I'm not too sure about that. The leaders for me are Rice and Gabriel. But yeah, Havertz definitely for me, and benching Odegaard, I think it just makes sense. I'm sorry, if you see that link-up play in the first half between those two players, you can't sit here and say he doesn't deserve to start. And I did like having Eze there as well.
So, Connor, I got a question
in a sense.
Quick question. Apologies for butting in there, but what's more damning? Man United at home in a title running, and you're getting hooked, or being benched the next game as captain of Arsenal Football Club?
Exactly.
So I hear what you say when you say Mikel has a big decision to make and questions has to be asked if he benches him. But the fact that you're getting hooked 3 games in a row, you can't last an hour against United at home in a title running. The conversation is here.
And for me also, your captain is, if you look at the captains for the top 6, like that's your star player. You know, that's your star. Is Odegaard our star player? No. I can name 5 players better than Odegaard. You know, and that it's not
six starters that are better than him.
And if people can really sit there and tell me he's a leader on the pitch, I have not seen this guy shout at another former teammate, say, "Do your job." I've not seen him have one. You've got Declan Rice telling the assistant manager to do one in a more polite term, and Odegaard wouldn't dream of doing that. He wouldn't dream of it. You know, that's a captain. I mean, I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. You shouldn't be doing that. But he was angry, and rightfully so, he was angry on the day. You know, and I just think that just screams a bleed. And I do think eventually, and I have seen reports that apparently he wants to possibly move away. And if so, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't. But yeah, so Havertz definitely. I want to see Havertz start. I wouldn't say no. Although, you know, it is Ellen Road, and I understand that people are a bit skeptical in the way they, you know, they could be on form. They could turn up. Because an away day is always a hard one, especially with a team like Leeds. You know, when you go to one of those grounds, you know, I mean, you look at the Luton thing last year. You know what we're like. You know,
2 years. That was 2 years ago, and the last time that we conceded
3+ goals
before United.
So yeah, for me, I really liked seeing Eze getting involved as well. I know it was a team from Kazakhstan, and I get that, but I did like seeing that. And I wouldn't possibly say no to Zubimendi being on the bench and maybe Rice back in the 6. But then
you're
again,
not the first person I've heard say that, by the way.
You know, with Zubimendi's form, I'm thinking, mate, do I trust you after your game against Man United? Is your confidence going to be high?
For that back pass, or are you just giving him a rest?
I think
that was an assist. That was an assist. That wasn't even a back pass. That was an assist, bro.
Yeah,
true. And Bruno, he had so much time because that pass was so sweet. Saliba did well, by the way. I'm surprised he didn't pop his hamstring rushing over because he was in an attacking posture. So the pass was so sweet. And Mbeumo could walk the ball by Raya and still had time to slide it before Saliba got there. So yeah,
well, it's like you said, Taryn, on your show, I think just a day or two ago, players are getting chosen by, you know, just the name on the back and not on merit, right? If Arteta really wants the best out of this squad, you choose the players that, number one, aren't injured, right, or are sustaining long-term injuries. Number two, can at least have, you know, some forward thinking and motivation and some sort of ruthlessness and risk taking. And number three, based on how they perform in training in previous matches. So he sees Odegaard day in and day out. If Odegaard is doing this in games, he's definitely doing this in training, right? Yeah. And I as much as I want to agree with Connor, which I want Havertz to start, I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
I still think
I don't think he does. I don't think he does, though.
You don't think he does?
I want him to. But of course, he'll start Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard's going to start, and when it happens, when the shit goes pear-shaped in the 57th minute, that's when he'll bring on Havertz, and we're going to go for that desperate 2-1 win. Because I predicted a 1-1. I don't see.
I don't blame you.
I don't see us coming out there and putting 2 or 3 on them in the first half like we did Borat FC. I don't see us coming out there, even with Kai Havertz necessarily going out there and getting in amongst the goals right away. Because I do agree, like you guys said earlier, he's 80% fit, if not only 70% fit. Right? I mean, Borat FC is a whole different kettle of a whole different fish to fry, right? We all understand that. But like I said at the start of the show, you can only play who's in front of you. So that the Borat FC, it is what it is. And already that game was what, Tuesday? Tuesday, right? Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Wednesday. Thank you, Connor. So that's ancient history come tomorrow. Like Wednesday is that's in the past, bro. That has nothing to do with Saturday. But what I want to see is Arteta knowing what's going on with Odegaard in training during the game, knowing the slower pace of play. When I say, I guess everything I say about Odegaard revolves around the slow pace of play, the non-risk taking, etc. Right? So I don't think I really need to pinpoint those 3 or 4 points. We all know, and our friends in the chat know what we talk about when we bring up Odegaard's name in a negative light. We know what they are. So that's why I want him to specifically put Havertz in there, right, and give this guy a chance. Let him move from the right mid so we form into like a 4-4-1-1 with Havertz behind Gyökeres. I've been calling for that for ages now. 4-4-2. Try something different.
Havertz was
Rice
so
and Eze in the middle with Gyökeres and Havertz up front. I think there's goals there.
Yeah, I agree. I personally like the idea. I mean, even against Kai Wright, whether it was, he was so much more forward. And also, I've come to the conclusion that Odegaard either's too scared to make line-breaking passes or he just can't do them. But I don't want to say he can't do them because he has done them in the past. But he just always chooses the safe option. And I'm thinking, mate, in a Premier League title race, you can't choose the safe option. If you want to stay in top 4, do that thing. Yeah, go on then, do that. But you're not doing that for Arsenal when you're in a title race. Play that line-breaking pass. You've got the striker that will score them. You've got it. You do. And the more, and I said it, the more you send them balls through, the line-breaking passes through to Gyökeres, yes, the touch was shit, but still went back in the net. I think the more you do that, because that's always the point.
But that's how good the pass was. The pass was so good.
That's my problem with Gyökeres is that you're always saying about his touch being shit. But
that's
TJ,
another conversation. He was probably like, "Holy shit, is that what through ball feels like? Fucking hell, we've been waiting this for about 5 months."
Yeah, he hasn't seen one. He hasn't seen one since the last time we played.
Wingers pinging in balls left, right, and they can't even fucking do it. They take the extra touch and they send it backwards. That's what we've been looking for. And do you know what it is? I can't believe we're having these conversations. We're top of the league and 8 defeated on the Champions League. But we are not playing great. We aren't. And it's no, we are. But it's not, for me. This system isn't enough to win a league title. It's not.
Right. I agree.
I agree with you. I want to ask. While we're talking about the players, before we truly get into the game, we touched on Zubamendi, but we didn't get into it. Does his performance against United warrant him being dropped for Leeds? Because I'm not going to talk about Kairat either. I'm going to be real. What about his performances? I think he's been mid in January. I've said that in several forums, but I still think he's one of our best signings. And again, the jury is still out on Gyökeres. I have a big fraud watch out on him. I've not made a secret about that. But I still think Zubamendi has been our signing of the summer window so far. But what are you guys thinking about Martin Zubamendi right now? I'm hearing some of the fan base saying, "Hey, we need to rest him. He doesn't look like he's meshing at this point." Put Declan Rice back into the 6. Put Odegaard out there, and then put Havertz out there as well. Like, what are you guys thinking in terms of the midfield, and what do you think, like, more specifically about Zubamendi at this point?
Go on, Taryn.
Taryn, you can do that.
If I don't see his name on the team sheet tomorrow, I wouldn't be against it. I've said for time that for certain games, we won't need Zubamendi and Declan Rice, especially in games where, for example, Wolves at home. We didn't need Zubamendi and Declan Rice on the pitch. One of them could have sat, right? And then you play 2 attacking 10s. I think you would get the most of whoever is up front. But listen, I love me an Arteta bassing session, but here's the thing.
We all do. So most of the time.
We all do. Zubamendi executed that pass, TJ. Even though Zubamendi executed that pass, I still blame the manager for it. I'm going to explain why.
I know what you're going to say. Say it, though. Say it.
It's a pattern of play that we do. It's like a set Zubimendi thought that pass was safe. He didn't even look.
Yep.
He thought it was a safe pass. This is a safe pass. And we know that. Michael Carrick also know that. That's why Mbeumo was there. They planned for this. They said, you press Arsenal from this side, go back, force them back to go from Gabriel back to Raya. Zubimendi will come here and he will do a back pass. Mbeumo just happened to be, it didn't just happen to be there. That was a tactical setup. And once the Man United players saw that actually came to fruition, they were like, oh, we have Arsenal tactically figured out. That pass single-handedly passed the momentum to them. We go on to score another goal. We win that game 2-0, 3-1 easily. But he passed the momentum to them with that pass. That was a system play. Safe pass, I don't see anything. But he did, I think it was Timber that he had up the right side. Didn't even look. Let's pass it back.
Nope.
So if I'm not opposed to him being benched for the next game, whether it's retribution or just
100% right.
Line.
You're 100% right. I just want to chime in real quick. Even when he's not on that far right side like he was against United, it's always Zubimendi right up the middle, coming up to the 18-yard box. Good call, Taryn. Every time it's a choreographed play that brings Zubimendi closer in to support the center backs when there's a little bit of pressure. And Michael Carrick figured it out and said, "Oh, you want to press us? We'll just press you too." And it worked out for him. And I completely agree with what you're saying. It was a complete momentum shift in the game. Complete momentum shift.
Because what's the name did the same thing in the North London derby. I think it was Paulina that pressed him. It was him that lost the ball for the 35 lob for the lob.
Yeah, for the lob from Richarlison.
Yeah. He gets in trouble in that space. Yeah.
I think the players are also very used to not having to worry about much pressure because we're the team where they go to the grounds and they're like, shit, we've got to sit back for Arsenal. We don't want to be going too forward. So I think it definitely sometimes, but the players have to be ready for it. And I knew United would press. They always do. It doesn't matter how shit they are. They will always, against us, they'll always press. Eventually, they will. And they did. Because look at the pace they had up front as well. They knew what they had to do with Ahmad and Mbeumo. Even Bruno Fernandes was getting involved. And Dorgu. Dorgu, Mbeumo, and Ahmad, 3 rapid players. And so I do think that definitely the players do need to keep their eyeball on. Although we are that team that probably, I don't know if teams fear us, quote unquote, but they are uncomfortable playing against us. So even though teams may not press us every game, you've got to be ready for it. Do you know what, TJ, to answer your question on Zubimendi, I think he will start tomorrow. Legit, if we're thinking logically.
I don't think you're going to see many changes, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think we are either. I think it's going to be a normal Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi midfield, and then Gyökeres. It depends on if he chooses Martinelli or Trossard and Saka. But for me personally, I would play him. The only reason I would... It's tricky because although Rice probably would be fine the 6, just getting him involved going forward, it's just too crucial to miss out. And I like to think that was just a one-off from Zubimendi. I know he has had a couple moments where he's been a bit, can't be too sure. If he is that bad tomorrow, don't play him against Chelsea and do Rice and then Eze and.
I thought he got run against Athletic Bilbao earlier in the Champions League.
I think a lot of what Connor said was correct. Is that we're not used to the amount of pressing that sometimes people come to us, and you see that with some of our newer midfielders too. I saw Eze getting absolutely folded against Man United too in the minutes that he had. Like it was there is a lack of, again, comfort with both the press and being off the ball in this club, which is why this head coach / manager / whatever you want to call him,
leader,
can't handle it. Cult leader, can't handle it. I mean, don't get me started on this, Connor. Don't get me started. But it's one of those things where we have to be able to adjust, and that comes down to the players too. Like, look, as much as I want to blame this on Arteta, and I do hear what you're saying, Taryn, with like we play a lot of U-shaped ball. Like if the fucking chance is not there, you will see. What will you see? Saka, oh, the chance isn't there. Oh, I don't want to take my man on right away. I'm going to immediately go back to Zubimendi, or I'm going to go back to Odegaard if he happens to be there.
It's infuriating even to listen to. It's that infuriating.
It's U-shaped football. You guys know it's true. And that's exactly what Zubimendi was doing. So you were spot on when you said that, Taryn. And that is one of my biggest criticisms of this manager, is that he is so risk averse that people are starting to catch on now. They're starting to isolate our wingers to the point where, okay, well, we know exactly what you're going to do with it. If you take us on, we're going to either escort you to the byline or we're going to force you to make a pass backwards. And we know that your 10s aren't going to do shit because they're allergic to passing the ball forward. So, and we don't rate your 9 because your 9 is too busy crashing into the fucking center backs. Like, I'm very, very happy that we're 4 points clear, but
I'm fucking not.
The way, no. Let me finish. The reason I say that, Connor, is because the way that we are playing, we shouldn't be this. We shouldn't be here.
No.
That's what I'm saying. And if certain results hadn't gone our way, if Man City hadn't slipped, right? We wouldn't be talking about this. The Blue Sharks would have been ripping us apart by now. And I am not going to lay off the fact. And everybody can say, "Oh, well, the Premier League isn't as good as it used to be." I just think the parity is different. You see 5 Premier League teams in the top 8 of the UCL. Fucking Tottenham Hotspur is in the top 8 of the UCL. So I don't want to say, and they're fucking garbage. So I don't want to say the Premier League is shit. I'm going to stop short of that. But what I will say is that we should be taking advantage of how much parity is there, and we're not. And the style of football is lending to that. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. And that's where I get scared. And I'm sick of this. I grinds my gears when people tell us we love to be the underdogs. How about grow a pair? Man. How about grow a pair and actually start the top? Why do we have to be second to have to not worry? How about lead the top? How about grow some balls, lead the top of the front line, and fight for your position and keep winning games? When I heard that after Man United, I heard certain fans on certain platforms saying, "Do you know what? This team is better as underdogs." Well, in that case, we might as well finish second again. Like, what's the point? That there is enough. Some of these players have played, they're full internationals, capped a lot for their countries, experienced players. We're past this whole 25 and under now. A lot of these players are 27 and above now. Experienced players we're talking about here. They know what it means to what this Premier League means. They don't need to be second, 2 points behind first to, feel a bit less worried. How about take on the challenge? You've been doing this for 3-4 years now. You finished second in all of those. Surely in fact, I don't think it is the case for the players. I'm talking more the fans that are saying that. If you really think that we're more better as underdogs, you might as well finish second again. Because what's the point? If you prefer to be an underdog,
they like the journey. That's my problem. Hold on, real quick, Dal, and then I'll shut the fuck up. That's what I'm talking about the journey. Everybody talks about the journey. Enjoy the trip. Shout out Gary. I'm a big Gary fan, but enjoy the trip. The problem is when you're in the car for 12 hours, you start to get a little fucking tired. You start the road trip. You want to get out. You want to stretch your legs. You want to go to Buc-ee's. You want to hit a truck road stop.
Shout out Buc-ee's.
Yeah, shout out Buc-ee's every single time. Stretch your legs and do the thing. The problem is that we're never getting out of the car. It's always about the journey. It's always about the trip. And that's my biggest problem here is that everybody's saying, "Oh, well, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there." I remember when I was, when you're kids, you're always asking your parents, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" My grandparents would always be like, "We're almost there. We're almost there," even though we had like an hour and a half left. Like it was never ending. I feel like I'm in the car right now. I'm dead serious. So like, I'm not enjoying the trip. I'm done with the trip. It's time to pull into the fucking station. Sorry,
I just
go ahead.
want to say a couple of things real quick. Is that is Zubamendi the Spanish Odegaard?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, you mean like the sideways thing? Because of the
sideways thing. I mean the back and can only play a decent attacking pass when there's no one really around him. Yeah. We've said this before on TJ many times. That threw me off.
Who are you talking about? Which one?
I bet he's on about me. I bet he's on about me.
So the thing is, I can throw Lee in the conversation. He's the one that said it. Zubamendi is not good with his back to goal. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
We have evidence to see that. He's one of the guys that came out and said that. And I know Jez has said that. Terrence said that. Shane Gooner said that. Connor said that. Views on Sports, I know, said that. I'm sure our man Steve-O witnesses it. Acers knows that, right? We all is back to goal. He gets ran through midfield.
You're not allowed to be negative. You're not allowed to be negative.
How dare you have an opinion?
But part of what I wanted to get to as well, real quick, is what Benito said about pretentious football. And I've said this before on the show, TJ. Odegaard is not from the grassroots blue collar working football ethos, right? He is from the prestigious school of football where you never get touched and everything works your way. You play a certain kind of way, and that's how you grow up to play, right? It starts as a kid. It's the way you're coached, etc. He doesn't want to be touched, right? And that's the pretentious side that I know Benito's maybe talking about something else, but that's what I've always seen, TJ. And I've talked about this before. You have two schools of football: the hardcore blue collar type grassroots football, right? And the first team that comes to mind is West Ham, right? And then you have pretentious pricks like Odegaard that don't want to be touched. And they slow down gameplay. We play horseshoe football with them at the lead. And the third thing is that we continually are not building on being that striker-centric club that we've been under George Graham and Wenger. I've ran through the names of strikers, right? RVP, Ian Wright, Alan Smith. And here we are with Gyökeres, and we still can't figure out how to be a striker-centric attacking club. And to Connor's point, we finished second 3 years in a row, bro, and with no domestic cups. So what are we talking about?
Freedom to express who they are.
I don't usually do this.
He's gonna respond to the hate.
but Coach Lance, number one, I am not Lee Gunner. Number two, you are 100% wrong, and I couldn't say how wrong you are. We are watching different sports if you think Arteta is giving these guys freedom, my guy. Like, I'm sorry to say it. If you think that these back passes, this U-shaped football is the decisions of the players on the pitch, I have some oceanfront property in Arizona to fucking sell you. The way that these guys are playing is completely risk averse. It allows for no freedom, no creativity, nothing. The last bit of creativity that you have seen from this club in the last 2 months that I can recall came from Kai Havertz against the Kazakhstani champions in one through ball and one curled in shot. That's the only bit of creativity, and he's been on the shelf for the last 4 months. So I want to know what rose-colored glasses that I can watch the matches through that I can actually get this opinion.
Coach,
big up though. Thanks for being here. Big up Strasbourg Steve for the raid as well. Big up Strasbourg Steve for the raid.
For that point, you've just got to look at Eze before he joined Arsenal.
Facts.
Look at the difference in player.
Speak.
Yeah.
And dare I say, look at what's happened to Saka over time.
I'm glad Connor joined the show because he's essentially. Yeah. Were you watching this before you hopped on? Were you watching?
Yeah, no, I had it on the background because I was doing some work.
Okay, essentially, he is validating everything that we've said. Like, when's the last time we attempted a diagonal ball?
Yeah,
Arsenal, from fullback to the winger.
It generally probably would have been the Thomas Partey last season because that's what he used to do.
You know what I mean? That's freedom. Let someone attempt that pass and give it away and see what happens. No, we take risks. We just do it in our own half. Close to our goal. Now we take more risks at our goal than when we get closer to theirs. Because when we get down there, we're very predictable. It's on the right-hand side. I told this story this morning. I'll tell it again, yeah? When Odegaard came on the pitch versus Carriot, the people in the bar, there was a passage of play. Everyone said, he's going to try to lift it. He's going to try to dink it. Guess what the fuck he tried to do? Lift it and dink it. Everyone knows what he was trying to do. So if we know this, surely other professional teams that watch tape and scout teams know that exactly what he was going to do. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe coach is trying to get a job at AFTV. Big him up, though.
I want to know why people think Eze looks clueless. Like, I want specific reasons, and not just the Aston Villa Matty Cash goal, right? Because to me, that was Calafiori's fault because he was too central. But I want to know how Eze's clueless. He's not a defensive mid, right?
Eze does not need time to adapt. Eze does not need time to adapt.
And here's Arteta's crappy playing style.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying is if everybody's saying Eze needs time to adapt to what? Like, and if you're talking about adapting to the way Arsenal plays, yeah, I get it. I get it because he's too free, and I honestly that's why I think he's sitting bench a lot of this time.
Right.
Is because I don't think Arteta thinks he beds into the squad well enough, and why I say that, and that's going to go back to what you said earlier, Coach Lance, is because he's playing too free. He does not fit in. He does not do what Arteta says 100% of the time. This is not a Lee Gunner take. This is a I have eyes and I'm watching Arsenal football take.
You cannot say,
and it's not negative. It's not negative because
Right.
if you're talking about the results, if you're doing results-based analysis, then you would be happy with this because we're sitting 4 points clear and we've only lost 3 games all season. But you are seeing opportunities missed at the same time because we are so
100%.
risk averse.
And out of a 3-man midfield, is Eze's job really to attack? No, he's supposed to play the gaps between the defensive line and the striker. Right? And also, you can't say in one sentence that Arteta lets the players express themselves and then say Eze has to adapt. Like, Eze's been expressing himself for the last 5 years at Crystal Palace. Eze expressed himself when they lifted a FA Cup last season, if I'm not correct.
You can't say a player who's been he's not even moved to an international league. He's been in England all of his career. You can't sit here and tell me that he needs to adapt to the Premier League.
He's also played more games against us than he has played for us.
I can't agree with, and I can't agree also with the whole defending thing because realistically, when have you seen Arsenal? This is the thing. Coach Lance, please tell me if our system is so defensive minded that you have to defend the Mikel Arteta system. Give me one game this season where we've had to sit back and everyone's had to defend. Seriously, can you name me a game this year where we've had to do that? No, never.
Now, what I will tell you though, Connor, is that we set up that way against fucking Man City when we play 3 CDMs and play the most negative football at home. Now that is a problem. And look, and here's the brother, you're out of possession in a game at least 40. Not when you're playing Arteta Arsenal ball. You're not. We are not out of possession that long. That is why we look so uncomfortable when we are out of possession.
Name some
because
other
we're
number
not
10s
practicing to be out of possession.
What number 10s in European football in the last 10 years have been forced to defend when there's no outlet? If you have to have your number 10 defend, there's no midfielder in the gap between the striker and the midfield. There's no one there. Then you're pulling your striker all the way back to the halfway line, which he has done, right, with Jesus and Gyökeres and Havertz and Moreno. Moreno kind of makes sense because Moreno can do somewhat of a defensive job. But I can't think of a number 10 off the top of my head. Like, did Kevin De Bruyne go back?
Oh, my fucking God. Hold on. Coach Lance, if we're facing a low block, that doesn't mean we're defending. That means we're attacking, bro. What are we doing here? What does that even mean?
Coach Lance, I hope you're coaching like badminton or something and not football. I'm not going to lie. But I hope you're like a tennis coach.
But I don't get it because you made a comment earlier, which I actually agree with. How is it that Kai Havertz comes and all of a sudden we're passing the ball through the lines? Because Havertz actually does it. Odegaard doesn't do it. And he says it's Odegaard who plays scared. You're completely right. So I don't understand what you want about here. And then when you made the comment about did Declan Rice need to adapt? No, he didn't. So what's that got to do with your point earlier about Eze needing time to adapt? Because he did. Declan Rice didn't.
Declan Rice has been our best player for the last 3 seasons in a row.
Coach Lance, look up to you, bro. Seriously, because no hate, but you're losing me here. Really, you are losing.
Yeah,
me.
You lost us. Sorry.
This low block thing is getting out of control. This low block thing is turning into an excuse. Like, bro, Wenger played low blocks for 22 years and played through them. Pep's been facing low blocks since he's been at Man City. He's got 6 Premier League titles out of it. Like, low block, bro. Like, low blocks, they exist in football. It's not something new. You find a solution. Or what do you do? Making 15.6 million a year and say, you know what? I can't unlock them. They're in a low block. Pack it up. Let's go home.
But also, you can also make the comment that teams low block us because they don't. Because you can make the comment that teams low block us because they know what we're going to do. Like, we don't. I honestly can't think of a game, especially this season, where we've actually changed our system as a team. And I get it. We're top of the league because of our system, and we're top of the Champions League, and we've gone unbeaten because of our system. I understand that. However, the games where we look back, where we have dropped points, especially these last 3, 3 in a row, 2 points out of 9. Shocking, especially with our form this season. That is shocking. And I'm not expecting to do an invincible, 30 out of 38. No, there's going to be some hiccups. However, 2 out of 9 is when it gets a bit sus for me, and I'm thinking, right, adapt, change. Why aren't we doing that, Mikel? Why are we constantly utilizing the wingers and the fullbacks? We're using nothing in the middle. That you might as well not even play a striker in a 10 with our system. I swear to God, you might as well not, because even when they do try to lob the ball into the box, it goes fucking nowhere. So this is what I mean, and I hate. In my mind, it confuses me while we're talking about the system, because you think, oh, top of the league, best living our lives, and some Arsenal fans do get a bit like, why are we doing this? We're top of the league, we're living our high life. I talk about this because we've seen this whole scenario before, and we haven't changed it. And we've gone down and down and down. And it did come out that Mikel Arteta has apparently had a meeting with the players. I could see a proper meeting, apparently. So I do want to see some change tomorrow. I do, because Leeds ain't going to be a walk in the park, in my opinion. I know they're not the best. I think they're like the third, fourth worst defense in the league. But I'll tell you something. When you're going on an away day and a home team's up for it, they're going to be up for it.
I'll say it again. Leeds have only lost twice at Ellen Road.
I didn't even know that
season
stat.
long.
Right.
There you go.
And Connor and our friends in the chat would know a lot more of the history of Ellen Road than myself. All I know is Leeds was a hard place to play over the last 20, 25, 30 years.
Especially when they got promoted.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah, they're tough,
their
man.
Their press game when they got promoted was
forward.
unreal.
Say that again, Connor.
Their press game when they got promoted under Bielsa.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I remember that first. I think we actually drew to them that game. I can't remember, but I remember the press that they played. Like, them players must have been dying by full time.
We played them in the cup the year before they got promoted, and they almost played us off the park for like the first half at the Emirates, by the way. On the year they came up, we had them. Yeah, they do know how to move the ball well. But that's Bielsa's version. Now, if that DNA and those ethos are still with the team, yeah, it could be long tomorrow. I only predicted us a 1-0 win. I think we get it, but I don't want it to be one of those 1-0s where we're defending for our lives.
I don't think
You don't think they score, Terrence? You don't think they score one goal?
That was
No.
Yeah.
I think what, Saliba and Gabriel. I don't think if our full defense started, we concede against Carriet. They stopped playing 90-something minutes on the clock. If they had stopped playing, I do think Gabriel and Saliba have to get back a hold of this defense and start keeping clean sheets again, and put the onus back on the attack, where the problem is, because we're 17th from open play. Like, there is both the football gods at the Emirates gave us an own goal and a set piece. They gave us what we're good at, and we still lost the game.
Yep. Yeah. If you look at the Wolves game, imagine the scenario now. We got lucky that day. Very lucky. Brentford at home. I was there. We were so lucky not to draw that game. We were lucky that we didn't because I think it was a good save from David Raya, wasn't it, off the bar?
Yeah.
We were lucky. It hasn't been smooth sailing. I don't think we've been.
St. James Park as well. St. James Park.
We're definitely, I know we're top of the league, and I know we're like best at the moment. But I'm sorry, there's been frailties, and there have been scenarios where we have been lucky. It was like Liverpool at the start of the season, 90-minute winners for so long, and then they did fall out. And we are having those moments ourselves. And one thing I don't want to see tomorrow, we must never tomorrow play out the back. We done it against United, and it was pissing me off. We've got to stop playing out the back because we're not good at it. I don't think we're very good at it. We can't, especially when a team presses. We cannot do that. So I don't want to see no passing around the back tomorrow. Do it against Wolves, or say that we've got lucky against Wolves. Kai Wright, pass it, we'll do it. But no, not a game like this. And I think people do. I think people are sort of sideline this game like it's not that. This is going to be something. And 3 o'clock kickoffs I never like. I don't like Arsenal with 3 o'clock kickoffs. I never mix well.
I think we will go long. I think we will play out from the back if Gyökeres starts.
We will always.
He doesn't like the lumpy Gyökeres because the ball doesn't stick. So I think he will play out from the back.
Big up African Cat as well. Big up the panel. If anybody says Arsenal's top of the league and finds nothing else to say about the way they go about it, then they don't have standards. This team is super excellent. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, if we were killing teams left, right, and centre, we wouldn't be saying this. But there is frailties, and you can't ignore that. And people will then make the people who aren't talking about it will talk about it if we do go down 1 point or City take us over or Aston Villa. People then will talk about it. We've got some tough games coming up.
We need to see something. We need to see something different against Leeds.
We do.
I'm going to be very honest.
We do.
Terrence, sorry I interrupted you, my guy.
No, when Liverpool were 5-5, like Connor said, they were winning games. Late minute penalty versus Burnley. Late minute. We told them it wasn't sustainable, and they said, "Hey, shut up, we're top."
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but now we're doing it. We're saying we're top. We're 4 point. No,
can't.
it was 7. It should be 11. If we're keeping it should be 11 clear. But we can't just cross our arms and say we're top. No, football comes at you quickly because that 1 point lead that they had. Matter of fact, they had a 6 point lead, a 5 point lead on us, and in 2 match weeks turns it into a 1 point deficit. Now we have held on to our league leader status for a while, but it can slip. Football 4 point lead, a 4 point lead.
Nothing
With 45 points to play for is not safe.
100%.
Not with these big blue sharks and Mikhail at the helm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
We
not
have Leeds
comfortable with
United.
this.
Who do we have after Leeds? We have Chelsea in the cup, and then
we got Sunderland at home.
Sunderland at home, and that is not going to be easy.
No Granite, by the
They're
way.
not very good away though.
Granite's out.
I know Granite's out, but I'm telling you, this Sunderland team is here to stay, and they are going. If you think that they are going to sit back, you're fooling yourself.
Fuck no.
Big up UK Drilly as well.
Really?
Let's
big up, Julie.
Question to the panel: thoughts on Arsenal being linked with Alvarez? Berta bring him to the red carpet. Yeah, I've been talking about Alvarez since the early days of this channel, and I was raving about it. I remember raving about it on Tottenham away, saying "Bring me Alvarez." And then when he got sold, and everybody said, "Oh, he'll never come to the Emirates," and Man City will never sell him. And then he gets sold a year later to fucking Madrid. Atletico Madrid. No, bring. He's a baller. Bring him to the carpet, man. I would love this guy. I would love this guy. I don't even care. Pause. Whatever you need to say. Alvarez. I'm a big Alvarez fan.
Look at Strasbourg, Steve Scarvett. Look at Steve Scarvett.
Jeez. Yeah, you better. Hey, Steve, calm down. Hey, Steve, we'll do what Newcastle couldn't.
They're not good
do
away,
what Newcastle
bro.
couldn't for you, okay?
I'm not overly worried about Sunderland, to be honest. But so on the Alvarez thing, real quick, let me ask you guys: did you guys think he would be the replacement for Jesus, or do you think that Arteta's like, you know what? I've seen enough of Gyökeres. I've seen enough of Moreno. I've seen enough of Havertz. And Jesus is basically running around with one knee. I want my guy that I work with at City to come in and do a job. So if Alvarez comes in, do you guys think he gets in front of Gyökeres at this point?
Yes.
Alvarez.
I think he replaces Jesus.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll play both of them up front.
Alvarez.
Dude, if we played a 4-4-2 with those two up front,
I sack off Odegaard and swap him for Alvarez.
Bro, Alvarez now. This is Julian Alvarez backs. He knows that he was good enough not to be behind Erling Haaland, but not good enough to get ahead of him.
Yeah.
So he made a decision to that 1 year. I think he was 23, 24. Bro, we had 32 GA playing second fiddle to Erling Haaland, 19 goals and 13 assists. And sometimes he was on the pitch with Haaland because Pep had to incorporate him because he was in such good form. He's a top baller, bro.
But you know what excites me? This could sound really bad. If we do get Alvarez, but Arteta gets sacked, if we get a manager that can actually properly work with a player like that, because I think Arteta will just do exactly what he does now and what he does with Odegaard and just sort of, because if you really think, to be fair, I think Alvarez would probably fit better than Gyökeres as a false nine. I think that kind of makes sense. But get a manager in there that could do a job with that. I think that would be
100%.
He has everything, bro. He has everything.
He
suits us perfectly. As much as I love Gyökeres, I don't really know why we didn't actually really look at it more in the summer, but maybe because obviously all the money we were spending. But as much as I'm happy Gyökeres, I want to make that very clear. That's my striker, innit?
Common Sensei, man, he talks the most shit, but he makes a very, very good
point. That's a fair point. Very fair point.
I think it's currently, if Arteta goes, you won't have that side, but I think if you do, you do have that side.
He makes a very good point. Oh, my days, bro. Connor, is Arteta out? Oh, Connor's been Arteta.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I'm going to be, until he wins me a title. I'm sorry. No. Actually, no. I will be until he wins me a title this season, because that's what he's got to do. Otherwise, you're gone. And also, we can't forget about Tuesday. That is huge.
Connor, let me ask you a question. I've asked this question on previous channels. I talked to Taryn about this, especially, and we've gotten our man Gary's opinion on this as well. If we only win the Prem, Connor, by 2 or 3 points, and we only win the Prem, we get actually knocked out of domestics and the CL, and we only win the Prem by 2 or 3 points maximum, do you keep them?
I do, because that makes me a massive hypocrite. It makes me a massive hypocrite.
The point being, right? Does he do it again in the following 26-27 season, right?
That I think that would have to be a scenario where if that does happen, we'll just have to firm it and have to go through that season with nothing. But I just can't see the board and then the fans saying he's got to walk. I think He's not going to turn down 8 million a year, is he? He won't get 8 million a year anywhere else. So
I've talked to some other YouTube commenters, on previous shows like Follow Us and shout out Spooby. Some of these fans think I'm crazy for saying this.
Don't shout Spooby out on this channel ever.
So anyway, I digress. So my point is that if we only win it by 2 or 3 points maximum, I still sack him. I still sack him. Because here's why. Because it's taking so long to get here. But I get it. You still win the Prem. Yay. I'm going to celebrate for 2 weeks and say, okay, now we go on to the next season. And it depends on what players come in and out, right? There's a lot of variable factors to that. But I don't want it to be like, oh, we win the Prem under Arteta for 6.5 years. We won it by 2 points. Yay. And I get the points don't really matter at the end of the day, right? It kind of doesn't matter. We don't really judge title-winning teams by how many points differential there was. Like, we don't go back to 2017 and say, oh, City or Chelsea, whoever won it then, and say, oh, they won it, but they only won it by 2 or 3, right? We don't really do that. We have never really commented on that.
Does everybody look at the Aguero goal and be like, oh, well, they only won it because Aguero scored? Like, fuck up. You won the league. You won the league. Who cares?
You do that. Go ahead, Taryn.
Which is so dumb. Sorry. Go ahead, Taryn.
No. So me and Dad have this conversation, and I don't agree, but I understand. And here's why. If we do win the Premier League title, I think the football club as an institution have to immediately switch. We as fans can go to the parade and party and drink beer and all that, but I will be there. They have to immediately say, how do we retain this Premier League title? Because Wenger didn't even do this. We have to retain it, right? That's the next step in the project, right? And if Dal is saying in a league that's where everyone is underperforming and we only win it by 1 point, I don't think we can retain it with him playing this way, playing the haram ball. So in that sense, along those, I understand if the club would say, you know what, we believe the league is going to be more competitive next year, and our top priority is to retain it, and we're going to try our luck with someone else. I understand. And Connor, your standards are higher than mine, because you say the Prem where he goes. I've been, before the season started, I've said domestic cup double, and I'm shutting up. I'm not, then that would make me a hypocrite because I'm complaining about the cups and all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do understand now, if it's from this point on, if we limp over the line, surely next year we won't retain the Premier League title. So I wouldn't be opposed to moving on from him.
For me, Taryn, as much as I'd be happy with a cup double, just because of the scenario that we've had for the last 3 years with second, we won't hear the end of it. That's why I have to stick with the Prem, because we just won't hear the end of it from fans. Even if we did, we could do the cup double and they just won't give a shit. I mean, of course, I'll be fine. Obviously, I'm like, cup double. I'm celebrating 2 trophies, but we just won't escape that whole. It's second again. We just won't escape it. We've got to win it, and he's got to go. If you don't, he's got to jump ship.
It comes to sorry, TJ, real quick. It comes to me more of a standards question, because we have seen bigger clubs, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. I'm not even going to say bigger clubs. This Tottenham Hotspur fire Ange right after they won the Europa League, right? But how can I say? But the thing is that is where the standard is. So in my opinion, if we only win it by 2 or 3 points, and I said 3 maximum, I didn't say 4, 5, 6, etc. I said 3 maximum. You shake his hand, you send him his bonus check, and we start again. That is my opinion, bro.
Start again is crazy.
But we're starting again every season, and like Connor said, 3 years in a row with no domestic cups.
I'm gonna be very honest. If he wins, he deserves another season. Doesn't matter.
We are not in the deserving business. We deserve to retain this Premier League title. So if we believe we have a better shot at retaining the Premier League title,
we're gonna disagree on that. We're gonna disagree on that. It's like you finally got the project done and you're kicking the guy out that got the project done. I'm in the look. Do I like watching? Let me just be clear. Do I like watching the football that I'm watching right now? No. I've been very clear about that. No. But unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to view it, whatever you're pessimist, optimist, whatever, this is a results-based business.
Right.
If he gets it done, then he deserves to stay one more season. But what I will tell you, though, what I will say is that if he just wins the Carabao Cup, if he just wins an FA Cup, and he bottles the league, get him the fuck out.
So TJ,
I will draw on that. I will stop on that. Okay,
If I had a
but
crystal ball, TJ, and I asked you, he's gonna limp over the line. Matter of fact, it won't even be a point. It would be another Aguero win on goal difference. Right?
dude,
We're literally limping over the line. But I tell you, 26, 27, we have no chance. In the crystal ball, do you still think he deserves another chance? Based on winning it?
You say in 26, 27, you think we have no chance whatsoever.
No, I'm saying if the crystal ball says we have no chance, but based on him winning it, he deserves another year. But next year we're going to finish.
Yeah, but that's not realistic, Taryn. That's an unfair
okay,
question.
So
that's a
do you think there's a possibility
question.
we can finish 6th the following season? 6th,
4th?
No, absolutely not. Not with this team.
4th.
Fourth maybe, but not
so,
6th.
So next year I'm giving you 4th spot, no trophies, but Premier League included. That's the package.
Then you fire him.
Well, see, that's the other side of the question.
But you're not. I'm saying that's a possibility. But let's be honest. The way that he plays football, he doesn't concede a lot of goals. We don't score. And you honestly you have to be honest. Like we're second or third in the league in goals scored too. So it's not like we're scoring goals. It's just not fun football to watch. It just really isn't.
I'm at the point now, and I got to make my stand because I know TJ, you and I have talked about this over and over and over. This exact point.
Yes, we have. Go ahead, make your stand. Make your stand.
My stand is if we win it less than, I'm going to give even more advantage of 4 points, and all we win is the Prem. I want to shake his hand, send him his bonus check, and send him packing. And I want to get a new manager in the 1st of June or the 2nd or the first week in June to take this squad to where it can really go. I think that already at this season, he's shown that he's taken this squad, who I think is one of the best we've had in the last 7 or 8 years, to a limit already. And that's what Taryn's getting to, is if November, if we're in 4th or 5th place and stagnating November, I would rather change the manager in summertime to get a preseason, get the 2 or 3, get Alvarez in, get whatever players Berta can get in, instead of sacking Arteta mid-November or December and having to, futz around with bringing AirPod Albert in for 2 or 3 weeks until we find someone, right? That's really the gist of my point, is I get the win. Yes, we'll celebrate for 2 or 3 weeks and drink a lot of beers and give high fives, but at the end of the day, if it goes pear-shaped in November, which it really can go, because we've seen this in the last 6 years, that it's more difficult and it's more strenuous on the squad overall to cut him on a Sunday after a bad result on a Saturday in late 2026 and hustle around for a new manager who may or may not be available, because we know in summertime more managers will become available, managers that can get a tune out of the squad, and give the new manager a preseason, give the manager a fresh start, and start a project. You know, TJ, the definition of project has a start and an end. Maybe the end is him lifting a title, possibly by only 2 or 3 points, and we shake his hand and send him on his way. I don't think he's deserving. I'm serious, guys. I don't think he's really deserving of staying for another 3 or 4 seasons if we barely get it over the line. Now, if we win by 5 or 6 points and lift the CL trophy, then I think there's something more there. But I don't want to give him time in December of this year to have us 4th or 5th. Or
I think you're making a lot of leaps, Dal. That's the problem. I think you're making a ton of leaps. You're making a ton of no. Here's where you are making. Look, I have an agenda against Mikel Arteta too. I do. My agenda is 4 to 5 years long. Okay, I'll give him the first 2 years to get the team to where he wants to be, but the bottling the last 3 years, it's done the same amount of damage. But what you're doing in this scenario is automatically assuming that he doesn't have the ability to repeat. And I'm going to be honest with you, the way that we set up and the profile of players that we have, because we have a very good squad. If we're being very, very honest with ourselves, and TJ, you're going to be like TJ Top Goon or whatever, but the way that we set up and the amount of squad depth that we have lends itself to us being a top 3 team minimum.
Maybe.
Not maybe. It's the way it's been the last 3 fucking seasons.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
I just think that there's look, I have an agenda against him, but I think sometimes it's unfair. I'm going to be very honest.
No, I can understand that. And Coach Lance, do your homework. Barcelona have fired the managers, and Real Madrid have fired managers after lifting Champions League trophies.
Bayern Munich literally fired the manager in the tunnel after he won the league.
This is
I don't
nothing
know
new.
where this Barcelona and Madrid would hire him ASAP is coming from. But that
They
must be an
wouldn't.
AFTV spin.
They
I don't know
wouldn't.
where they.
Really?
First of all, Barcelona has a style of play that you have to respect.
Hansi
The hell
Flick's
with
100.
the trophies are. You have to win a certain way there. So
Arteta's
just
1 out of 22.
Yeah, I said that.
Sorry, Taryn.
Yeah, but
Arteta's
the
won
thing
1
is,
out of 22 attempts, coach.
Is it more difficult to win the Premier League or to retain it? What do you think, DJ?
Retain it.
Retain it, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if it's gonna take him 6-7 years to win one,
Thank you.
the chances of
I-
him
I-
retaining
But
it,
you're
because
also
I want
talking
nothing
about a
more.
league, guys. You're also talking about a league
2 or 3 years ago,
where
coach.
where
2 years
retaining
ago.
is almost the expectation, whereas in professional sports, like every other professional sports league outside of European soccer, I'll give that little bit of a caveat. Retaining is extremely hard. It's extremely hard unless you have the money, unless you have Pep Guardiola, unless you have Sir Alex. You're not doing it. You're not doing it.
And Coach
So,
Lance, where have I been? This is episode 118. Where have you been?
It's so fucking, the bar is so fucking high. And look,
Yeah.
I want Arsenal to win every Premier League every single season. But to ask me to say, hey, TJ, and be like, hey, thanks, Mikel, for finally getting the job done that we've held you over to the fire for the last 3 years. Thank you, and here's your walking papers. I think that's a little harsh. I'm going to be very
Now the thing
honest.
is, not TJ. I feel like I said I disagree with that, but I understand Dow's point. I don't think it's that
I understand
far-fetched.
Dow's point. I just disagree with
we
it.
all
Yeah, and the
understand.
thing that Coach talking about, he's been rumored, bro. You believe rumors? Like, you believe politicians, bro? Like, what are we doing? Rumors.
Big up AJ in the chat,
That's
by the
all
way.
that
too.
was a rumor. Barcelona is not hiring Mikel Arteta in any universe.
Not when they have Hansi Flick. Like
I'm gonna be
AJ
honest.
said.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
I don't
Exactly.
think anybody
Yeah.
hires this guy.
22.
Xavi, their own club legend, he won the league there, and they sacked him because they
Facts.
fell down to a Europa League spot. What are we
Mhm.
talking about? Standards are different, bro. Don't do that.
And Coach Lance, I did just start following Arsenal 5 years ago. I've been following this club for almost 30 years. So I, yeah,
Do you think
I'm
you
a
have
lot-
some knowledge on the subject, Al?
just a tiny bit. But I got to give it up. Connor knows more because Connor's in the trenches, and our friends in the chat know more because they're in the trenches. AJ knows more about this club than I think we'll ever have. AJ has spent time researching this stuff. Taryn knows more. Taryn's been overseas. Taryn's watched more football in real life person than I have.
Yeah, man.
Right? Unfortunately, last August when I was in London, I had to leave the day we had to go to United to start the league. But again, it's just a difference of opinion, right? At the end of the day, it's just a difference of opinion. It's like I'm not. When you say
Just
where
get the
have I
fucking
been,
job
Coach,
done
I've been
against
here
Leeds, Jesus,
118
and then we can talk about
episodes.
everything after
I've been
that.
on YouTube for almost 3.5, 4 years. I'm just saying that.
Oh God,
That yeah, he's linked to different jobs, but all managers get linked, Coach. All managers get linked to different jobs, and the part of Barcelona was looking for him because he was at Barcelona when he was a youngster, along with Pep Guardiola, and who else? It was Pep Arteta and Xavi, not Mestalla, if I'm not mistaken.
Anyway, smash the like, smash the subs, subscribe to the channel. We've gotten, you know what? We've gotten 5 new subs off of this show alone. Big up, everybody. This has been the most fire American Idiot show in a while. So big up everybody in the chat. This has been a fire conversation. We've really, really enjoyed it. Do you guys have some time to just do some quick predictions? No preamble, no nothing. Quick predictions. Let's just do the top 6 games.
Sure,
Okay?
bro.
Top 6 games. Play along in the chat. And we'll do Leeds Arsenal last. So we'll start with Chelsea hosting West Ham.
Oh, Christ.
3-0
Darren.
Chelsea. 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. And it is at, at the bridge. 3-0 I can see. Connor, what do you got?
2-0. 2-0 Chelsea. I think they keep a clean sheet. As much as West Ham had a good game against
Oh, you went muted, Connor.
Yeah, you went muted, Connor. I don't know what happened there.
Anyway,
We lost him.
Oh.
The top Gooners got to Connor.
the top Gooners kidnapped him. Is he
can't
gone
they
back?
can't-
I should be good.
Yeah,
now. I should be good.
there you go. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah. West Ham. I think we'll get a goal.
Yep.
3-0.
Bro, Taryn is the guest here, but I'm telling you right now, Taryn is welcome. I'm sending Taryn the link every week. If he can be here, he can be here. He's on the panel.
Here,
It
bro.
doesn't matter.
I'm
to
here,
me.
bro. I'm here, man.
He's-
You need
Bro,
more.
he's more of an
AJ, man,
American than
that's
I
good.
ever will be. All right, so that's all
Yeah,
I'm
to
saying.
be fair, AJ, that's a
AJ,
quote. That's a quote.
as well.
That's a funny response, AJ. That's a funny response.
Big boss.
All right,
It is a big
what did
squad.
you say? What did you say, Connor?
Hey, yo, 2-0.
2-0.
No, 2-0. All right. Yeah, I'm going Chelsea 2-0. They West Ham are going to lose Paqueta, is a big.
Yeah, but he was shit anyway. I never liked
dude.
Paqueta.
He
Mid.
can score the odd goal every once in a while. I just think, I just think that West Ham are not it this season, and they'll stay up, but they don't deserve it. Liverpool hosting Newcastle.
That's such a good game. I can't wait for that game.
Solid game. I can't wait.
I can't wait. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. All right. Dal?
3-1. I'm gonna go 3-2 Liverpool. Shout out Strasbourg Steve. I'd love to go for Newcastle, but I don't know.
I did hand up. Big up.
Liverpool for me, it's been so fun this year because it's like they done this to us. Literally, they've been doing this to us for how many years, and it's actually so good because I can't stand Liverpool. I think they're probably my most hated. I hate Tottenham, hate Chelsea, but Liverpool fans I can't stand, and it's vice versa. They hate us, but I hate them, and I've been loving all the meltdowns. I actually think, big up Strasbourg Steve, because of the amount of fuck ups they've had. They've got more injuries. They don't have a centre back. 3-2 Newcastle. I think it's going to be goal fest, and I think Newcastle are going to snap it in the end. If not a 2-2, I think it'll be 3-2 Newcastle. I swear to God.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, Julie's a Liverpool fan. He's on to you, Connor.
Yeah.
Begging, bro. Don't be a wallet.
Big up, bro. Big up, man. Feeling mutual. Pagan.
That's crazy.
Big up
That's
UK
crazy.
Julie.
Yeah, big up UK Drilly. Big up everybody in the chat. Keep playing along, guys. I'm really liking these scores in the chat here right now. I'm going Desmond. I'm going 2-2. 2-2. Draw. But if I were to tip the scale, though, something in the wind, like
Oh, actually, I think Canati is back.
I think it's gonna be a Newcastle win.
Big
Something
deal,
just tells
Connor.
me the way that Liverpool season has gone so far.
Kanade's back. That's all you got to say.
Kanade, you might as well just put a fucking traffic cone.
I'm sorry, I can't be looking at Van Dijk's performances with Bar Carabag have been absolutely shocking.
This
Nicki Minaj, Van Disney, bro.
I
It's been
think
awful.
Visser. I think Anthony Gordon. I think they could do all right, you know. And Anthony Gordon's an Everton boy, isn't he? So I think he might.
Real
might
quick
turn
for
up.
you guys. Do you guys rate Walter Maida at all? Their new striker.
He's a bit hit.
good?
He was good at the beginning of the season. I just don't think he's technically
I
sound
think
at
he
all. I
needs
think he's.
another
I think
year,
I think he's exactly like Gyökeres. He's very, very.
Strawberg
awkward.
David won at Anfield.
How
since
did I
90.
know you dropped that? I knew you'd say that. It's like it was
Oh, I'm sorry. I watched
written in the
football with my
stars.
eyes, Connor. Sorry.
written in the stars.
My bad. My
Hey,
bad.
Steve-O's got the facts.
We
Anyway.
haven't won at Anfield since 1994. I think.
Well,
I
you're about to
think-
change that to 2026, Steve. So
Clip it.
Oh
yeah,
man.
ready. Anyway,
Oh my days. Okay.
they're 3
all right.
points behind them, man. It's doable.
That's
Doable.
They're 3 points behind.
Yeah, bro. That's how close everything is. It's,
yeah.
you know,
the bottom.
I mean, you've got literally, you could be, I think, yeah, you could literally be in 13th, and
Yeah.
you're edging a European spot. Like
Wow.
that's how close everything is.
Liverpool are behind Man United.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's shocking. They've had
That's
a massive, that's
interesting.
why I think Newcastle could do a number on them, and also Newcastle have a better defensive record too. So I just think that's going to be a great game. I think everyone should be watching. That's going to be a really good game. I'd be very disappointed if it was a low scoring one. I think it's going to be quite high scoring.
I think if Isak was playing, Newcastle would win.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But someone would
Yeah.
try to break his leg or something. You know.
Yeah, but hey,
I don't
it's
know,
what it is.
man.
I think Bruno G's fit now. I think he
Yeah.
is back. But don't take my word for it.
Okay, I
That's
gotta address this.
hilarious.
I gotta address this real quick. Big up AJ the mod. So TJ, do you agree with She Knows Arsenal? Big up Jess says saying trade Victor Gyökeres for Sesko. No, bring me Alvarez. Bring me Julian Alvarez, baby. I'm
She
not
knows
I'm not I'm
dishwashing.
not I'm not doing Sesko. I'm not doing Gyökeres. I am full on I'm fooling sorry. I'm on the Alvarez train, people. I can't talk anymore. But guys, I can't talk anymore. I'm literally like, my brain is completely fried at this point.
Is that
the
true?
longest week of my fucking life. What?
Is that a true statement, by the way?
She says
What?
wild shit, bro.
She may have said that.
I think that I don't watch her, so I can't comment. All
She
right.
knows
Either, but
Yeah,
no.
I don't.
No.
and look, like she's
You're watching
very,
Sesko,
very
they
good.
shouldn't tell me.
She's like an NWSL correspondent too. So like, obviously
Fair play to her.
she's
Fair
like
play.
good for her. Good
She
for her.
knows laundry.
Good for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's
You know
where I'm
what?
going
You
to.
know what?
That's
Here-
where
you
that's
know
where I
what?
leave
All
the
right.
room.
So
That's where I leave
here's
the
the thing. Here's the thing is I have to send
Go
Dal
back
to the
here,
gulag
Dal.
now. I have to send Dal to the gulag now because this guy's doing way too much. Relax, Dal. Relax.
I'm good. Just all I said is she knows laundry and dishwashing. That's all I said.
Okay, all right. This guy is he's out of control, bro. Out of
Goonie
control.
gavel if you're not
I missed
careful.
that.
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
Goonie gavel you the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm just joking.
Women can have footballing opinions too. They can also
Really?
be very wrong. That's totally fine. That's
And
totally
they can make a
fine.
mean casserole.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the show, everybody. It was a really, really good time. I wish I had the jail cell still in here, but I don't
Oh,
anymore.
we're going to jail. Yep, we're going to jail.
We're going to jail.
For an hour and a half show.
We go to
Oh
jail.
my
the
God.
channel shut down there and then.
I know.
Yeah,
Send me to prison.
demonetized, canceled. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There goes those
Yeah.
subs.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest,
I love
Common
you too,
Sensei.
Steve-O.
Common Sensei, I don't got it. I am completely lost right now. I can't talk anymore. I swear to God, I've been talking for 6 hours today, so I can't talk
It's
anymore.
like you're doing a presentation for work.
No, I feel like I am doing a presentation sometimes, and then but I came in hot
I'm
to
out
this
of
show.
pocket, Benito.
Oh, but big up everybody in the chat. Keep playing along. Okay, so
Anyone got the Man United prediction or?
fucking Jesus, Man
Yeah,
United
who's
at
with
home against Fulham.
2-2. United back to factory settings. They're going back to factory settings.
I'd
2-2.
love that because they've been getting way too mouthy.
Mhm.
So I'd love that.
Emmitt Smith Rowe masterclass. Him and
Dude,
Justin King?
please.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go for a 1-1.
Anthony Robinson, do me a favor. Come on now.
Yeah, I'll go for a 1-1. I think it'll be a draw.
Oh, wow. Jimenez. What'd you say? 2-1 what?
I went 1-1.
1-1? 3-2 Fulham ESR in the 89th minute. Let's go.
Let's go. It's always in the 89th minute. You know what? I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham ESR in the 89th minute. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Fulham. Let's do it. Yeah, and they just signed Oscar Bob, so, who knows?
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. I think he's got. But to be fair, I think they've signed him on an injury, so I don't know whether he'll be fit or not. We'll have to wait and
That's
see.
AJ.
Well,
The world beat dagger.
I
Come
will
on,
be
Aces.
daggy. Full America. Yep. Full America, baby. Let's
Oh, they've
go.
got 3 ex-Arsenal players in their starting 11. Who let them cook?
Yeah, exactly. All
Who
right,
let them
next.
cook?
Yeah. All right, next up, we got this might be a good one. Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester City.
4-0. 4-0 City.
Come on.
Yep, they already got their pants down by their knees. They're getting their prostate checked tomorrow.
Dude, the
Or
amount
Sunday.
of Taryn, I can't tell you the amount of panels that I've been on this week that have said, "Oh, but they're their bogey team. Oh, but they're their bogey team." It's just like, have you seen Tottenham play
They
football
did
in
the
the
bogey
last
thing in the
month?
reverse fixture. They already beat. They won the 2-0. That was the bogey. Tomorrow they're getting moved to.
Tomorrow they are getting fucking.
I'd say that under any other circumstance, and I do like Thomas Frank. I think he should have stayed at Brentford, but the money talks in it. Under Thomas Frank, there is no way Spurs beat Manchester City. Not with the way Thomas Frank plays football. It's not going to happen. I'm going 3-1 City.
I'm going with Connor and Hendo. What'd you say, Taryn? You said 3-1 as well? 3-0?
No, I said 4-0.
If that happened, that'd be jokes. I don't even care if they're behind.
What are the odds on 4-0? I might put
I'm gonna-
$5 on it.
listen,
I'm dead
I'm going to
serious.
get on the
Triple
gravy
captain
train.
Erling Haaland tomorrow.
I
Triple
think Spurs-
captain.
I think Spurs will tap one in. They'll
I
get
don't
lucky.
think so.
Solanke's back. He may tap one in. I don't know, but I think 3-1 is, yeah. Even
Van der Ven's injured as well, apparently. So
oh shit, make it. Oh, I'm going 4-0.
They might do a back five. So they might have, Romero, Danzo, and Dragus in. There's no way, man. Not even Romero can save that.
A Desmond Tutu for Benito. You know what? I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna join my buddy Taryn, who to the left of me here, and go 4-0. Because Van der Ven is, to me, he's probably one of the better defenders in the league, even statistically, I think. So anyway, yeah, without him, 4-0. That whole defense falls apart.
If it wasn't for Cuti Romero and Van de Ven, that team would be dead last.
Oh, facts. Facts. I've always said that those two players are the only two players worth anything at Tottenham Hotspur. All of them are shit. I don't think people actually realise how bad their squad is. It is actually terrible. Vicario's fallen off a cliff. Your doggy's gone missing, who was meant to be the best left back so-and-so last season, the season before last. You know, Pedro Porro fallen off a cliff as well. James Maddison hasn't been available for like 10 years. And they signed Solanke, who, in my opinion, is a mid-striker. You know, so it's and they've got that Pigeon as well. I don't rate them, and I think they could absolutely slapped. And I think they will miss out on Europe again this year.
That Matthias Tell is ass and cheeks.
Bro. Yeah, he's cheeks. Xavi Simons.
Yeah,
bro, you could have picked any other team. I actually really rated Xavi Simons when he was at Leipzig, and when he was.
If you guys want to get in on the, you know what, I'm going to put a $5 on a 4-0 victory for Man City. You can get $100. So
go on, TJ.
Go and do that,
mate. Send it.
Sweet.
Okay, gamble responsibly, everybody. Gamble responsibly.
I literally saw a guy. He put $2,000 down. I don't know what the bet was, but it was like an ACCA. Obviously, there was 18 Champions League matches. Was it? There's something ridiculous like that. 18 games.
18.
He put $2,000 down. He won $100,000. I don't know what
he got all the results.
But he cashed out $100,000. So I don't know what he done, but he put $2,000 in and got back 100. So
I love that, man.
And his last comment was, "We can finally go to Turkey to get our teeth done," because it was with his missus.
And the hair trim.
Yeah,
that's wild. Yeah. No, I'm going 4-0. I'm going 4-0 Man City.
That'd be funny. As much
all
as
right,
I want.
And then last but not least, people, and I highlighted this earlier. SPO. None of this is gonna happen. None of this will happen.
Leeds 2-1.
No. Dal, if you are Dal, are you about to tell me that Leeds are gonna win 2-1?
No, I've said no. I'm saying 1-1. I say it's going to be harder for us to crawl out of the gutter that we've been in the last 3 games, and he's going to start Odegaard over Havertz, and it's going to be a shit show. But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, but this is what I'm like a bit on the fence. I'm like, Havertz is his like first child. Odegaard's his first child. Havertz is his second child. Who is he? Because let's be honest, they're his favourites. Like, he loves Havertz because he signed him and that whole thing with him being up front. And he loves Odegaard because he made him captain. I don't even know how he's captain for his country, in all honesty, but hey-ho. I don't know what he's going to... Do you know, I thought that would be a jumble in his mind, but he's probably going to start the captain over Havertz, and if he really thinks about it.
He's starting as captain.
But if he does get benched, conversations need to be had about captaincy. You can't be doing that.
100%.
You can't be. I'm staying in denial.
100%. Connor, what you got?
I'm knocked at the moment, man. These 2 and 9 have really bothered me. I think we'll either edge it or we'll draw it. And if we do one more draw, I swear to God, I'm going to throw hands. I'll back my team. I'll go for a 2-1, but it's not going to be easy. And I don't think Odegaard should start. And that's no hate. I just think it just makes more sense.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and spoil it. I'm going 2-1 as well. Taryn?
Yeah.
1-0 Arsenal. Mikel Merino.
Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ.
1-0 Arsenal, Mikel Merino.
Cardiac FC.
87th minute. Yeah, I see it, Taryn. I see it.
Cardiac arrest FC.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, there are Arsenal fans among us that won't make it to the end of the season. Like, this football club is going to kill people. With heart conditions and shit.
Facts.
Myself included. Myself included. Yeah. Just
so.
We need momentum going into Tuesday, man. We can't be
the
dropping points and going into Tuesday semi-final of a cup. I can't be doing that. So
oh my God. And well, okay, so while we're here, Chelsea, we're going to the final, right? Can we just all agree on that? We're going to the final.
We're going to the final. March 22nd. We're EFL Cup champions.
I think we're definitely the favourites. It's just recent form was bothering me. That's literally it. Because Chelsea will go for it.
And that's where all the Chelsea fans are getting all this chest, bro. I was sitting on American Waffle with Roberto and fucking Ahmed last night, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna beat you." It's like, what? You're not.
I'm not too confident at the moment, but that's just because of our form recently. But
I
think we'll do a number. I'm very happy we're home. If we were away, it'd be a different kettle of fish.
They got to score 2 goals, right, to even just remotely get close
to get back in it.
Right.
If they score,
one, they're back in it. But
essentially, we don't lose, we're in the final. That's the task at hand, Mikhail. This bunch, 90 minutes, don't lose the game, you're in the final.
Do what you're good at. Yeah. Mikhail, do what you're good at and draw the fucking game.
Yeah, facts.
Draw the game,
innit?
I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win.
Play them U-shaped passes everywhere.
Yeah, play U-shaped ball all day long.
It's easy. We'll win a couple easy.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Common Sensei. Get out of here, bro. We're not doing this
right now. Them goals from Garnacho, that was just a wonder shit. Like, he don't know what he was doing. He just, I think he just prayed that day.
He kicked the ball in the general direction of the goal.
Shabby goals and just get that.
It was the same goal.
It was, yeah. That's what was so infuriating about it. But nah, man.
Kepa tax, that's what that's called.
If you're a betting man, TJ, how about putting a wager on Caicedo getting a red?
No, he won't get a red.
Is he playing?
Lightning doesn't strike twice. Lightning doesn't strike twice. He'll play, but it's not going to happen. But they're gonna hesitate to come at us that physically again, I think.
True.
So
I think, at our ground, I think the players, obviously, I like to think the players are up for it. The crowd would definitely be up for it. It's just not messing up, you know. And hopefully Robert Sanchez has another stinker.
Hendo has no faith.
Hendo, why? Hendo, why? Why?
This would be a bottle job. This would be putting the Carabao in a bottle.
Literally. Is it plus 100? He gets an orange? What?
100,000.
No, I'll look. I'm gonna look. I'll definitely look at the odds on that because you put $1 on that. Hey, you know that's $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Exactly.
Overlooking Villa, yeah.
All the characters available in the chat. Why Chelsea are going to beat us 3-0 at home? I'm curious.
If that happens, oh boy.
Who do Villa have this weekend? By the way, no, they got Brentford. I think they'll beat Brentford.
Is it at home?
Yeah,
I think Villa will beat Brentford at home.
Yeah. Are you guys? Did you guys see? And I'm not trying to keep us on too long, but I'm having way too much fun. Did you guys see the Emery to Real Madrid links?
I heard that.
No,
I heard.
Yeah, I don't. I actually want to make because I've seen this recently about Madrid. I think in the last couple of years, this is one of the worst. Even with Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., I think this is one of the worst Madrid teams we've seen for a while. I look back to even from when I started watching football properly around 2013-14. The El Clasico back then was you could have even the bench was stacked for both teams, right? And listen, there is some great talent currently in between. You've got Yamal, I do like Mbappe. I think Vinicius Jr. he's a fantastic player. Valverde, you've got loads and loads of good players, but as an overall 11 for Madrid, they are lacking right now. Even if they had a fully fit squad, I again, obviously, they are a very top side still. Not saying they're not. But if you look at the quality in player for player, do 2014 El Clasico and compare it to today, it's chalk and cheese. Like you look at Barcelona's team, every single position
got Alexis out of it.
Fire in it. Like, bro, I mean, like we're not gonna. I don't know when we're gonna see the next MSN type attack for Barcelona. I know Yamal will definitely be one of them, but not Lewandowski at the moment. Yeah, you could say Rafinha actually, to be fair, but
Rafinha's a top.
Nothing like that though. But nothing like what it was. I do think there has been a drop off in both sides, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're using more younger players, and I don't know. But I remember just having a look at it and thinking, God, there really has just been a drop off since 10 years ago in both sides.
Back lines, Connor. To be honest, I still rate their midfields and attacking pretty highly. But
you haven't rated their midfield since Toni Kroos retired.
Di Maria, right? I mean, my God.
Karen. Agreed.
Incredible.
The Real Madrid midfield, it just has names in it.
Once Tony left that midfield, Tony left. Modric was 89 years old, and then it's just
like
the thing with Madrid is like you go there and you know that Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Florentino
Correa's-
is going to tell the coach, this guy plays every week. Him and Mbappe plays every week.
Nah, I look at that back line and I just think, Christ, like, you had this Correa's fella, I think he was at Man United at some point. You had this Asensio guy, obviously, I can never pronounce his name, the guy from Bournemouth, Higuain. But it's like, look back at it. Marcelo, Sergio Ramos,
Right.
Casillas,
Massive drop off.
Carvajal. Like, it's nothing like it was back then. And even look, I mean, the midfield, Bellingham, Tuchemeni, Arda Güler, very promising player. But Tony Cruz,
Arda Güler's been stinking
Luka
this
Modric,
season, to be real.
like, come on, man. So many good talent. And don't get me started about Barcelona's full 11. I watched an El Clasico for a laugh the other day, like 20-15, 30-40. I thought the levels of quality. Ronaldo v Messi, man. I just don't see it anymore with the Liga at all.
True.
But I don't watch it, so I don't know.
Man. Yeah.
That's just my opinion from the outside.
All right, guys. Well, that's the show. Big up everybody who is inside. That is episode 118 of the American Idiot Show. Taryn, shout out. What do you got coming up on BBK Sports? The up and coming YouTuber here, Taryn, BBK Sports. Thank you so much.
Legend.
For coming on, man. You're a fucking legend.
I might go live right after this so I can have a go at Coach Lance. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Coach. You're good, man. You're good. The conversation is always honest. Big up to you, TJ. Big up to Dal. Nice to meet you, Connor. Big up, man. I'll make sure I sub to you as well. Yeah, man. I do. I'm on Rashid's channel tomorrow. Arsenal Revolution TV for the pre-game warm-up. And then every Thursday, I do the Bruce Banana with Shane Gooner. Every Friday morning, I do a prediction show with the Waffle Don. Other than that, I'm free, man. So, yeah, big up to the chat. Hit us up on the channel, and let's have a chat.
Pacific Northwest represent.
Yes, sir.
Guys, if you have not subscribed to BBK Sports, his link is in the title. Go and subscribe right now, people. Dow. Another great show. This is one of the legendary ones.
Fantastic.
I'm not gonna lie. I've had an absolute time. Like, when was the last time we had an hour and 45-minute show? I don't even remember.
Not till episode 74.
Probably when I was sitting here yelling at Tottenham fans or something. It was probably Deji or some shit like that.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, absolutely. But big up, man. You got anything? Any last words before we head into the weekend?
Last words is number one, thanks Taryn for being here. Number two, good to see you again, Connor, bro. Always bringing the fire as usual. Great analysis as usual. And number three, big up everyone in the chat. And number four, big up Coach Lance for new subscriber.
Yeah,
putting us on our P's and Q's a little bit. Someone's got to. But no, big up everyone in the chat. Thanks for being here today. And yeah, I think if I got time tomorrow, besides little ones basketball over here, depending on what time that is, I will be on probably with you, TJ, on Sarcasm City with Flawless tomorrow at 10 p.m. English time. Let's just call it English time. So yeah. Anyway, no, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks again, TJ. Incredible show. 118 will go down as a memorable show in the annals of the American Idiots podcast YouTube show.
Yeah, 100%. Connor, any last words?
Yeah. Big show. Big up to all of you. Big up to Taryn, Dow, and yourself, TJ. Big up to everyone in the chat. It was good talk. Good talk. We had some interesting conversations, and we bring on Leeds and just fingers crossed. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been worried in a while with Arsenal, but now all of a sudden, I've you look at it in hindsight, you think, Leeds, like, yeah, we can get past that, but nah, man, I am worried. So I hope the team can just get it over the line. We don't do none of this sideways shit. I'm probably expecting it anyway, but more line-breaking passes, Arsenal, you'll see some difference. So let's just wait and see. Slut. Big up Drilly, man. He's funny. Does he go on panels? Does Drilly go on panels?
I don't know. I've never met you.
I don't think he does panels, but he's active in the spaces. But he's a very good. He's a Liverpool fan.
I've seen him around. I've seen him around.
He's funny.
Yeah,
Liverpool fan, but he's a funny guy, man.
That's where I've seen this guy. I've seen him in freaking Hugh Som's channel and shit. That's where I've seen him.
All right.
Okay.
Billy's been around for a minute. And big up Coach Lance. Come on, you Gunners. Absolutely, bro. 100%.
Yeah, at the end of the day, come on, you Gunners we all agree on that for sure. The direction might differ, but we all agree on that. Guys, episode 118. Thank you guys so much. You will catch me tomorrow. I'm doing a match reaction with the Catch Up. So SB and Catch I will be over there after there. And then Dal and I will be doing another match reaction on Sarcasm City TV. at I don't remember if it's going to be 10 o'clock UK or 10:30 UK. Either way, me and Dow will be there, and we'll be talking it up with Flawless, that absolute fucking criminal. And then you can catch me every single Monday night on American Waffle on Staffy TV. And of course, smash the like, smash the sub, comment on the video, let us know what you thought about the stream. Thank you for the subscriptions. We just hit 1880, I believe.
Nice.
So big up everybody.
Road to 2,000.
Road to 2K, and we will see you next time. We're going to go ahead and redirect you over to City Fan TV, where they will be doing a Man City Tottenham fucking preview. I don't care. It's going to be a Manchester City freaking demolition job. So go over there, say TJ Warren TV raid, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Cheers.